Hi, Dr. Carmen McGuinness here. Today on my channel, we're going to talk about 3 things that you do that undo yourself. Not just you, but all of us. I do them too. 3 things, what they are, and how to avoid doing them. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome back. So, 3 things that we do that undo ourselves. Number 1, we talk bad about ourselves, to ourselves. We all do it. I do it too. I'm too fat, I'm not working hard enough, I'm a bad parent, I could do more for my friends or coworkers or my parents or the community or the whole wide world, etc., etc., etc. We all do this. We all have these great expectations of ourselves, and when we don't come up to our par, we end up talking bad to ourselves about ourselves. That background noise that we hear when we're driving to work, when we're driving home, when we're making dinner, when we're just peaceful or supposed to be peaceful, that stuff. You know what I mean. You spend more time with you. We all do. We all spend more time with ourselves than anyone else does. You can't get away from yourself. You've got to be nice to you. Instead of beating up on yourself for the things you feel bad about, maybe just try to fix them, if they're fixable. I'm going to give you an example from my own personal life. That way, you know, I'm not just picking on you here. This is about all of us. So 2 nights ago, I was out with some friends. I don't usually do what I did that night, but in speaking with a friend, I said something kind of unkind about another person that was at the event where we were. And it wasn't even anyone we knew. It was just me being a little snit. The next morning when I woke up, I felt really bad about it. So, in fact, I felt terrible. It's just not like me to do that kind of thing. So instead of telling myself I was a gossip and a mean person and, all the bad things that I could have come up with, I called the friend who I'd made the comment to and told her that I felt bad about what I had said. I felt bad that I had been unkind to another person. She laughed and called me a lightweight and said I was being silly, that I'm always so nice, etc., etc. But it did make me feel bad. So telling her that sort of freed up some of that weight from my shoulders and made me feel better about myself. It made me feel like a good person for correcting what I had done that I felt was bad. So there's a little example of what I mean about fix it if you can. And of course, there are things that can't be fixed. We've all done things that we're not proud of. But maybe try some self-compassion when that happens. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Forgiving yourself isn't passage to repeat that same mistake. In fact, it's a promise to yourself that you'll do better next time. So if that happens, try a little bit of self-compassion rather than the negative self-talk. So number 2 that we do, we deny ourselves something that is reasonably obtained. We tell ourselves no at least 10 times a day. We all do. I probably tell myself no 30 times a day. No, you can't sleep another half hour. No, you don't have time to stop for coffee on the way into the office. No, you can't leave early and beat the traffic. No, you can't have a little more pasta for dinner, or any pasta for that matter. No, no, no. That's what we tell ourselves. And we even deny ourselves things that we actually need, things that would be good for us. No, you don't have time for the gym today. Or that walk or that bike ride that you've been craving. No, you can't have a bubble bath tonight. Just take a shower. And absolutely no money in the budget for a massage, period. Not even for those supercharged vitamins that the doctor told you should get. No money for them either. No, no, and no. When we deny ourselves what we want and need, we evoke that inner critic. We need him or her to make us feel bad for even wanting or needing, and to keep us feeling bad so that we stay on track. And as if that isn't bad enough, when we invoke the inner critic, the inner rescuer isn't far behind. This is that cranky inner voice that pushes back and says, yes, you can sleep in, stop for coffee, leave work early, have all the pasta you want, and drink wine on weeknights. I think you see my point. When we go too far, we snap back. Instead of balance, saying no, denying our wants and needs, only causes a ping-pong effect. An all or nothing period, back and forth, back and forth. And in its extreme, it results in depression during the no phase and dangerous behavior during the yes phase. Behaviors such as excess alcohol consumption, poor dietary choices, and for some, risky sex during that yes phase. By definition, depression is the absence of reinforcement. So give yourself some. Instead of saying no, try the middle path. Try saying yes, you can have a little. And you can also make small changes to support your wants and needs. Small lifestyle changes. For instance, getting up a few minutes earlier so that you do have time to stop for a coffee. And if you pack a healthy lunch from home, you can work through your lunch hour, eat while you're working, get your work done, and leave early, missing traffic hour. And you'll feel good about sparing the calories of lunch at the local diner or fast food place as well. According to one study published in The Lancet, this was years ago, 2005, just 2 visits per week to the fast food restaurant equals 10 pounds over a few years, and a 2-fold increase in insulin resistance. So avoid that. Pack a healthy lunch from home and leave work early. Number 3, and closely related to number 2, is lying to yourself. For example, you go to bed and tell yourself you'll get up 15 minutes early so that you do have time to stop for coffee on your way to work. But when the alarm goes off, you hit the snooze button and get up at the regular time. You told yourself a lie. Now when you have to tell yourself no as you go past the coffee shop, you feel disappointed and you feel angry at yourself, of course. Just imagine if you were a child who was told last night that you're going to stop for a treat in the morning, and then you were told as you went by, nope, sorry, no time. In time, that child would lose trust in you, and it wouldn't take very long either. Well, that's exactly what you're doing to yourself. By denying yourself what you need and want and lying to yourself about it, you're taking away your own trust in yourself. And we lie to ourselves about all sorts of things. I'll cook you a healthy dinner this week. We'll have a walk when we get home, or a bike ride. I'll take you on vacation this summer. We'll go to Disney World. Every time you don't keep a promise to yourself, you lie to yourself, a little bit of that self-trust slips away. And sure, we all have to go without sometimes, kids and adults too. But it has to make sense. It can't be mean or too severe or inconsistent. And it has to be honest. So here are 2 more examples. And I see these with clients all the time. I love my job. Not. If it's a lie, don't say it to yourself. I know it can keep you bolstered up and keep you going to work every day, but it's a lie. And another one is, I'm in a happy marriage. I hear this all the time from friends and family and clients who know darn well that it isn't true. So don't lie to yourself. If you don't like your job, own it. Maybe you can do something about it, or maybe not, but don't lie to yourself about it. And a bad marriage that's pretending to be a good marriage will never get fixed. Work on it. It might end up a happy marriage after all. In the meantime, don't lie to yourself about it. So there are some ideas for you today. And I know that I've said these all in a sort of a negative frame. Don't do this, don't do that. So I'm going to restate them here for you in a positive frame. Number 1, say nice things to yourself. Be your own best friend. Number 2, allow yourself to have what's easily obtained, just as you would a child who you love. And number 3, tell yourself the truth. It builds self-trust. I hope this has been helpful. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday with my midweek sneak peek and next Sunday with my Sunday segment. Until then, have a wonderful week.